The world didn't end on January 1st, 2000. Despite all of Ben Y2 Krazinsky's meticulous planning, doomsday never arrived. His bunker, meticulously stocked with a decade's worth of survival gear, canned food, and outdated technology, remained untouched by chaos. Instead, the world just moved on.
No chaos? No nuclear meltdowns? What am I supposed to do with 10,000 cans of chili?
Ben, a man in his mid-40s with a disheveled look and a penchant for over-preparedness, was still asleep in his underground lair, blissfully unaware. The light flickered from the corner of his bunker, casting a faint glow across the space cluttered with bean cans and Y2K paraphernalia. A TV droned in the background with news that had been on a loop for years. TV announcer, and so, the year 2000 has arrived without a single technical failure. Reports of Y2K disruptions were largely overblown and... Suddenly, the screen flickered and cut to black with a loud crackle. Startled, Ben jerked awake in his chair, his gas mask slipping sideways. Groggily, he reached for the remote, tossing the
No chaos? No nuclear meltdowns? What am I supposed to do with 10,000 cans of chili?
He rubbed his tired face, still half dreaming of the apocalypse that never came. As he grumbled about his fate, his phone buzzed loudly on the table next to him. Eyes bleary, he squinted at the screen, not fully comprehending what he was seeing. But when the numbers came into focus, he froze.
500 million? What the hell? Blink, blink. I'm rich?
There it was. In big, bold numbers, $500 million. A notification read, Nisara Gazara funds deposited into your account. Ben shot up from his chair, knocking over a box of chili cans as he fumbled to his emergency radio. His heart raced as his fingers frantically clicked it.
Connie? Connie, are you there? We've got a situation.
The radio crackled to life with static before Connie's familiar voice came through.
Ben, if you tell me you didn't expect this, you're lying. I told you Nisara would redistribute wealth. You didn't listen. You were too busy digging your bunker.
Connie, I'm serious. I've got $500 million. What am I supposed to do?
Simple. Invest in crypto. The lizard people aren't taxing it. Yet.
Ben rolled his eyes. He could almost picture her in her cluttered office, surrounded by UFO posters and a whiteboard full of red string connecting seemingly unrelated...
Crypto? Connie, I just bought an entire island. What do I do with that?
An island? Perfect. Build a compound, stock it with gold. Just like the Atlanteans did before they were, erased.
I feel like this is too much power. Maybe I'll go to Gina. She's the only one I know who's responsible with money.
Gina, oh please. Banks are irrelevant now. We're all living in a giant trust fund thanks to Nisara. Coffee's the only currency that matters anymore.
She hung up, leaving Ben staring at his radio in disbelief. Later that day, Ben found himself outside Gina Goldstein's coffee shop, Broke Bank Brewing. Once a whistleblower who helped take down the biggest banks, Gina had transitioned to running one of the trendiest coffee spots in the city. As Ben pushed open the door, he was greeted by the sight of customers paying ridiculous amounts of money for coffee without a second thought. Customer, can I get a no-guilt mocha latte with a side of existential crisis? The customer laughed as they handed Gina a $100 bill. Gina, mid-30s and clearly a bit disillusioned by it all, gave the customer a tired smile.
Sure, that'll be $75. Customer, here, take 100. What's money anyway?
As the customer walked away, Ben approached the counter looking frantic.
Gina, I need your help. I'm rich. Really, really rich. What am I
Welcome to the club. Grab a drink and enjoy the downfall of capitalism.
I'm serious. What's the protocol here? You took down the banks. You know how money works. Can't you give me some tips?
Sorry, Ben. Banks are irrelevant now. We're all living in a giant trust fund thanks to Nisara. Coffee's the only currency that matters anymore.
But I bought an island, and there's some lunatic living on it.
A lunatic? Like Richie?
Worse. A billionaire that actually wants to stay there.
Sounds like a real winner. Maybe he'll barter with you for some beans.
As Ben took his latte, Alfie, an ancient Sumerian god who now worked as a bartender, strolled over with a tray of drinks.
Ah, beans. The ancient currency of trade, Ben. The Sumerians once used them to bribe the gods. But beware, for an island with no beans is like a city with no temple.
Ben stared at Alfie, his mind racing with possibilities and uncertainties.
Ben finally made his way to his island, the one he'd bought on a whim with his newfound fortune. As he stepped off the boat, the gentle sounds of the ocean greeted him, along with the rustling of palm trees in the breeze. But then, from the bushes, came an unexpected sight. Richie Richerson, mid-50s, former billionaire, stumbling out looking disheveled and out of breath. "You! What are you doing on my island?" I bought it? Fair and square. Nesara funds and all. Didn't you get the memo? We're all rich now. This was my sanctuary, my last refuge from the unwashed masses with their millions, and now even you have money? Look, Richie, it's not personal. I just clicked buy on eBay and boom, island. We can share? I didn't become a billionaire to share. That's why I'm starting my own country, the Republic of Richerson. Population me. You're gonna start a country on this tiny island? Watch me. But first I need to monetize air. People love breathing. What if they had to pay for it? Yeah, I'm gonna just go check out the beach. You, do your thing.
Later that night, Richie's lavish mansion on the island became the setting for their weekly poker night. The room was adorned with velvet chairs, gold accents, and a massive poker table in the center.
All right, boys and girls, tonight's my night. I feel it in my bones. I'm gonna win big, and then we'll move on to the real event, karaoke. Richie, you've lost the last 5 games.
Maybe if you focused more on the cards and less on My Heart Will Go On, you'd have a chance.
That song is a classic, and tonight's the night I do it justice.
As Richie belted out Celine Dion's hit, the others exchanged knowing glances. Ben discreetly transferred money to his account while the others did the same.
In ancient Sumer, gods played games of chance, but they didn't sing about doomed ships while losing their fortunes.
Now let's see how I did in the game.
The others revealed their cards, showing that Richie had lost once again.
Wait, how did I lose again? I'm supposed to be on a winning streak. You might want to check your luck, and maybe not bet against karaoke legends.
Richie groaned, rubbing his face and...
Fine. Next time, I'm doubling down. Literally. I'm creating a whole economy on this island, and you guys will be part of it. Sure, Richie. Just don't ask for beans. I think I'm running out of those.
Richie shot him a sharp look, but the frustration in his eyes slowly faded, replaced by a determined grin.
You'll see. I'm going to turn this place into a thriving hub of innovation.
As the evening wore on, the island grew quiet. The gentle hum of the ocean waves was the only sound that accompanied Ben's reflective walk along the beach. He glanced up at the sky where the stars twinkled like distant promises of adventure. The serene night was a stark contrast to the whirlwind of changes that had overtaken his life.
As Ben continued his solitary stroll, he noticed something unusual glinting in the sand. Curious, he bent down and carefully brushed away the sand to reveal a small glass bottle. The bottle was old-fashioned, with a cork stopper firmly in place. Ben's fingers trembled slightly with anticipation as he uncorked the bottle and pulled out a rolled-up piece of parchment.
Unfurling the parchment, Ben's eyes widened as he took in the intricately drawn map and the cryptic symbols inscribed around the edges. The notes were haphazard and filled with strange annotations. The map seemed to promise something hidden, something beyond the ordinary. Ben's curiosity was piqued. The world had already thrown him into a series of unpredictable twists, and now, this mysterious map added yet another layer of intrigue.
What could it mean? What secrets did it hold?
As he studied the map, the night sky above seemed to shine even brighter, as if acknowledging the new adventure that lay ahead. The shooting stars streaked across the sky, symbolizing the beginning of yet another extraordinary journey. In the quiet of the night, Ben was left contemplating the map's significance. With every step he took, the possibilities seemed endless, and the excitement of what was to come enveloped him. If you enjoyed Ben's journey, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share for more adventures.